it is Pretty Real with Pretty Real Plans, and today I am back with a financial related video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not new, welcome back. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and go ahead and click that thumbs up. So today we will be talking about resetting your financial journey. So if you have been with me from the very beginning, you know that I started this channel for my CPA journey as well as my debt-free journey. I became consumer debt-free. That means I paid off my car, I paid off all of my credit card debt, and all I had left was a house loan and student loans. And today we are back because I have credit card debt. Now, it is not a lot of debt. I've gotten it down tremendously within the last, I would say, month or two. But I just wanted to share with you all what I did to hit a reset on my financial journey. I think because I was so strict those few years, once I had cadence, I got kind of relaxed and I just swipe. So after I paid off all of my debt, I only used my credit card to make purchases. The only time I used a debit card or cash was to pay my bills. Food, groceries, gas, shopping, vacations, anything that I could use a credit card for, I used the credit card for, and I paid it off every payday. So every other Friday I was paying off my card, but then I stopped budgeting. Surprising, right? That's why you have not seen any budget videos, because I was not budgeting like I was supposed to, and that was my mistake, and that is where I got caught up. So we're here today to discuss some of the few things that I've done to hit reset on this financial journey that I am still on, and how to keep pushing through and to not fall back into that rabbit hole. So if you want to hear more, stay tuned. So the first step that I did to kind of hit reset on this financial journey was to actually admit that I had a problem. And I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, that sounds like an addiction. Spending money can actually be an addiction. So admitting verbally that you have a problem or a spending addiction is the start. I know that it may sound silly, but it actually works. Talk to someone about it. Talk to a spouse, talk to a friend that's on this financial journey as well. Talk to anyone that may know about your financial journey and just won't, brush you off. I have a few friends that I confide in more deeply when it comes to my financial journey. So I would let them know, like, I have an issue and I have got to stop spending. So just from that statement, they're already rooting for you. Hey, Ro, you got this, you can do it, I believe in you. Just getting those messages from them, it pushes you a little more to say, hey, I got this, I can hit reset and we can knock it out the park. So admitting that you have a problem will definitely give you a reality check, and if it doesn't, this second piece of advice will. Next, you need to find the culprit. Ask yourself, why have you been spending money excessively? If it's emotional spending, if it's boredom, trying to keep up with the Joneses, whatever it is, figure it out. And this goes along with finding out what exactly you're spending your money on. Go through your bank statement, write out all of your expenses, categorize them, make an Excel spreadsheet, make a pie chart, anything to help you visualize to see where all of your money is going. And I did this, and for me, my culprit was food. Life just gets so busy and you just feel like that there's not enough time in the day, and the quickest thing that you can do and you don't have to spend a lot of time on is buying food, getting food delivered, ordering food, going out to eat to relieve yourself of stress if you're tired. Some nights you just don't feel like doing it, and for me, that happen to be a lot more nights than others. Even for lunch, I work from home and I'm steadily still ordering out because I don't want to take the time from work to go downstairs and fix something quick to eat when I could just continue to work, get my food order, grab my food off the doorstep, and bam, time saved. But looking back at my expenses and noticing that it was food, you know, we ordered out a lot, but now on top of inflation, on top of DoorDash fees, on top of DoorDash tips, and still ordering groceries and letting the groceries go bad, the money was adding up. So realizing the amount of money that I was spending on food was definitely a reality check for me. And now that you've figured out your underlying issue, you have to adjust and make a plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you're resetting this financial journey and you're just verbally saying, I'm setting my financial journey, and you're not actually planning what you're going to do. You're going to be back at square one. I promise you. Because I've done it. I've been there. I've said, I'm going to do it. And what happened? I'm back at square one. I'm ordering food again. So what was my plan? What plan did I make to kind of get back into a routine, to stop ordering groceries, to stop swiping my card and getting on that DoorDash app? For me, it meant meal planning and adjusting this non-existent budget that I had. So for all of you planners out there, set a particular time to budget and meal plan. So I meal plan on Sundays after my week is planned out. Once my week is set in stone, I decide what I'm going to cook. Being sure that on my busy days or days where I'm working later, I'm making something that's fairly quick or throwing something in the crock pot at the beginning of the day. Doing it that way, it helps, because on the days where you're super tired, you're like, I can't do it. But if your meal takes all of 10-15 minutes to make, go ahead. Or if you know that you're going to have a super busy day that day, throw something in the crock pot that morning and it'll be done by the time you're done working. Now, as for my budget, I plan to budget every other Friday, which is payday. And I use my budget by paycheck planner from the Budget Mom. It's an awesome planner. You can plan out every single paycheck. You can put in your cash envelopes information, your extra debt payments, your extra savings, any sinking funds that you may have. And you also have a section each month to list out all of your transactions. So Friday mornings, I allot additional time to budget my paycheck before I start working. This means making my budget, paying on my bills, or at least set up the payment, putting additional money towards debt, sinking funds, etc. Since I'm in the process of resetting, nothing is going in sinking funds at the moment, just debt. Also, along with planning and budgeting, I also try to plan no spend weeks. So what is a no spend week? A no spend week is when you plan not to purchase anything that is not a necessity. So you pay your bills, you get gas, you buy your groceries. If there's any other things that you can think of, go ahead and map that out, and so you're not including that in your no spend week. So I've done it where I've done no eat out weeks, and so I do not eat out. I do allot myself $25 every 2 weeks for Starbucks. I'll put $25 on my Starbucks card on budget day. So that when I go into the office, I do treat myself to Starbucks. And that way, so that is not technically a red flag on my no eat out days. So if you plan these weeks or days or months, whatever you decide to do ahead of time, it can work in your favor. And I will say this, if you don't plan them ahead of time, you're probably setting yourself up for failure, because let's say you plan to do a no spend week, but at the end of the week you start vacation. That's not the right week to do a no spend week. So make sure that you plan those ahead of time, maybe 1 week a month, to just cut back and you will see a tremendous change. And at the end of that week, take whatever you didn't spend and put it towards debt. Trust me, it worked. I have maybe $1,200 left to pay off on my car, and it will be paid off for the month of July. So believe me when I say that these things that I'm suggesting to you all, they work. You just have to put in the work. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. Now that you've made your plan, my suggestion would honestly be to budget out the rest of the year. It doesn't even have to be bi-weekly. If you budget bi-weekly, just do it monthly. Write out all of your bills, tack in those vacations, tack in Christmas, tack in birthdays, all of the things that you plan to spend, and set an amount each month that you plan to put to debt. No, it's not going to be spot on, but it will give you an idea for what debt you can pay and what you can save for this financial reset. Last but not least, and it kind of ties in with the first one, with admitting. So whoever you're admitting to, maybe, just maybe, if they're up for it, let that be your accountability partner. Going through this journey alone is definitely not a good idea, because when you have the urge to spend, you're gonna spend. Whereas if you have an accountability partner and you have that urge, you have someone to talk to, make sure that you can share both your wins and your losses with this person. Find someone who's going to tell you to put back whatever you just picked up, because you don't need it. This person cannot, and I mean cannot, be an enabler, because you're never gonna get out of debt if your accountability partner is an enabler, because they're gonna enable you and you're just gonna keep falling back into the rabbit hole every single time. But if they're strict on you, it's definitely gonna help you out in the long run. And if they're on their financial journey as well, it'll definitely give them that push. My best friend and I are each other's accountability partners. She calls me like, hey, is this a good idea? And being as strict as I am, I'm like, no, you don't need it. Put it back. And it helps. Sometimes she listens, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. But having that person, telling you how it is, they'll look back and was like, oh dang, she was right. So definitely try to find that accountability partner, someone that you can find in, someone that you can even cry to when you do mess up. They will definitely help you get through your financial journey. They will help you reset. Just be upfront and honest. But these are the things that I have done and that I am doing to reset my financial journey. And hopefully this time I will not fall back into the rabbit hole and I can get my sinking funds back in order, because right now there is no Christmas. But maybe come December there can be. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.